Good morning. Oh, it's warm today. Beautiful Hudson River morning. So I want to talk to you about something that you may have noticed, maybe not. And it's something that I think is very relevant for the whole process of eating healthily and losing weight. And that is that there is a looping nature to a lot of things, pretty much all things. So things loop. And this is really relevant for you in the eating process, and I'm going to tell you why and how. And we are going to talk about this. I'm doing a challenge, doing a lunch and learn next Wednesday, March 17th at noon. It's either noon or 1 p.m. Eastern. I think it's noon. And then we're going to do a 5-day challenge after that with 5 different practices to help you with easier weight loss. So I want to give you a little bit of an idea of one concept that we're going to talk about, and that is this looping. And so basically, if you're paying attention, you may notice that there is a looping nature to a lot of things. So, for example, we inhale and then we exhale. We receive and we give. We put effort into things and then usually we get something out of it, right? There's our internal world, our emotions, our physical sensations, and then there's the external world, nature in particular, that we are really connected with. So how this relates to food is, think about it, that we consume and then we put out. So we consume food and water and then we put out energy into the world. And pretty much in general, the goal is to be aware of this looping nature, first of all, and second of all, to try to get some kind of balance, right? So with the breath, we inhale and we exhale, and we can inhale a little bit more than we can exhale. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's a lot easier we can exhale more than we can inhale. So if you ever see that you can really exhale out until you really feel empty, and then you can inhale, and it never seems to be able to get the same amount in. So there is a little bit of a balance toward our being able to exhale more than inhale. And food is similar. Now, we can overconsume. That's easy. We know that, right? That's how we gain weight most of the time, not always. And we can overconsume and put out less energy, which definitely leads to weight gain in most people. And we can also do the opposite. We can consume less than we put out. Now, in terms of longevity and healthiness, it's pretty much been shown that if we consume a little bit less than we put out, we live longer. As humans and also animals, they've shown the same thing. So in general, we kind of want to eat a little bit less than we're outputting for a long life. And that's not always fun. But there is that looping nature around our eating. And what I'm suggesting to you is looping your awareness as well. So before you eat something, spending maybe 5 or 6 breaths to bring your awareness to your breath, and inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And as you're doing it, think about, as you're inhaling, receiving. And then as you exhale, giving. Receiving and giving. And think about the balance of those two. Are you giving more than you're receiving? Pretty common with women. So remember, it's important to receive as well. Receive love. And receive love from yourself, about yourself too. So receiving and giving. And then there's your internal world, your thoughts, your emotions, your physical sensations, your breath. And then there's the external world, the birds chirping. Or, I don't know if seagulls chirp. The sound of the waves, the sound of trucks in the distance, the feeling of the gravel underneath my feet. And then back to the internal, my physical sensations, my breath, and then back to the external. And so you can do a loop of your internal noticing and your external noticing, and your inhalation and your exhalation, and your receiving and your giving. And it's a beautiful thing to remember that there's this flowing, looping type nature to pretty much everything. And if you can do this a little bit before you eat food, then you're bringing awareness to this concept, and maybe it'll remind you that you kind of want to have this equilibrium between consuming and putting out energy. So eat a meal, take a walk. Eat a meal, go to the bathroom. So that's a concept we're going to talk about in the Lunch and Learn. We're going to do some activities that you can take on, some little practices that you could do every day to keep in mind this loop-like awareness, so that it can make eating healthily more easy. Because that's my whole thing, right? How do we make it easy and pleasurable to lose weight and have fun? So I hope to see you there next Wednesday, and enjoy this. If you're in New York or pretty much anywhere I think in the country right now, gorgeous weather and a beautiful weekend.